So it finally happened. Star Wars Theory or Chat has released a video saying he's not watching Andor or covering Andor anymore. Right out of the gate, I just want to say this video has nothing to do with, oh, you should watch it or whatever. I'm really happy for anybody who decides that if it's not their thing, that they just stop watching it, right? That's pretty much the best solution.
Go watch something you want to watch. I don't know. That's
So long story short, after watching that video, it's clear to me that he's trying to make this about his objection to SA belonging in Star Wars or being depicted in Star Wars.
Because I said I don't want to see rape in Star Wars, that I don't feel it belongs, that if you want to put that in there, you can have it implied, but maybe cut away. And I get literally shit on for saying that, because I don't want to see rape or sexual assault.
But that couldn't be further from the truth. Choco, why is he getting pushback?
so a thing happens in this community where people try to obfuscate the actual reason that things are happening. It's not because he doesn't think SA belongs in Star Wars. That's a valid complaint. That's a conversation that we've had with many people. We had people on Friday to talk about the episode, and that was part of our discussion. That's totally valid. The actual issue that comes into play is when you give your reason why, and your reason is that the Empire wouldn't allow it. Vader wouldn't allow this to happen. That's basically saying that it's making the Empire look worse than it actually is. It's misrepresenting the Empire, and that's so weird.
But he wouldn't stand for that. You're telling me an Imperial officer would come to Vader or to the Emperor and say that this happened, and then they'd be like, oh yeah, whatever, it's the Empire. No, that's not what the Empire stands for. And people are giving me lectures being like, in a land of genocide and tons of murder, you're telling me that this doesn't happen? No one's saying it doesn't fucking happen. I'm saying that Vader wouldn't stand. That's not what the Empire stands for. The Empire aren't a bunch of grapists.
I feel like that's what happens when you wake up and you realize that you align more with the bad guys than the good guys. But like, this is making them too bad. I don't know. It's weird.
Those things exist in Star Wars. Now, granted, the movies have always had this flavor of camp where we can kind of glaze over those, more mature subject matters. But in this case, Andor is forcing a lot of fans to grow up. And quite frankly, it's about time, because a lot of us have grown up. A lot of us in our 30s, 40s, 50s have been watching Star Wars for a while. And while we enjoy and appreciate the camp Star Wars that is for everyone, these are heavy subject matters. The rebellion is no longer about fighting this mustache twirling villain. It's a real problem that they're fighting. The rebels have to get down and dirty. We saw the Maya Pay Brigade and how a leaderless rebellion operates, or rather doesn't operate. And we wanted to kind of, extend an olive branch to Star Wars Theory and kind of, explain this, because, I'm trying to be as charitable as possible. But Theory, the problem isn't you expressing an opinion, right? We know a lot of people in this
and it
community.
never has been.
Yeah. And we have a lot of people, just like Choco said, we have a lot of people in this community that have expressed being against SA being depicted in Andor, and those are all valid reasons. But to pretend that this isn't about why is a little disingenuous. And I feel like it's about time you had or tried to have an adult conversation, which is what we try to do on Fridays when we spoke to our guest about how they felt about the depiction of SA. And we talked about the depiction of SA, how it was executed, whether they were going to use Bix as a punching bag to make Andor angry. These are all really, really great conversations to have. It's your decision to not watch Andor, or to watch Andor, or to even privately watch it and not cover it on your channel. But this is about you being able to have these adult conversations and being able to listen, right? There are times for you to talk, and there are times for you to listen. And when it comes to SA and Star Wars, when we try to talk about these heavy subjects, and I can speak for Choco as well on this, that's the time to listen to female voices, women who have experienced it or are triggered by it. Those are the voices you need to stop and listen to. Because this isn't about whether we're painting the Empire with a broad evil stroke or if we're making Vader out to be something he's not. Those are just horrible justifications to say it doesn't belong in Star Wars. We just wanted to make this video. You're allowed to have your opinion. You're allowed to be against SA being depicted.
Absolutely.
And, you know, you're allowed to not watch Andor anymore. This video is not about you watching it again. We're not trying to get you to watch it again. If this is your decision, it's fine. We just want you to kind of take a good, long, hard look at how you are able to have conversations with people and listen to what they have to say and take that and really, really reflect. You know?
And again, there's nothing wrong with having an opinion, but you have to realize everyone else is also allowed to have an opinion about what you're saying and about how you're communicating that. That's always going to be a thing.
That's it. You know, join us on Fridays, 5 p.m. Pacific, to talk about all of these conversations, to have these opinions, and to have general Star Wars discourse. We're all about disagreement. We're all about, you know, hashing things out and having these conversations, and we're willing to listen, no matter what the opinion is. So, enjoy, I suppose.